here. I don't think I need any more light in my life. How's it going, friends? It's good to be here. Cookie says we conquered the middle of the week. We did. It feels weird to me though, because it's like middle of the week for normal people, and it's the end of my days off. I'm gonna turn that up more. Barbarino, thank you very much for the 46 months in a row. He says, is this thing on? It is today. It is today. Mish, good to see you. We're gonna use some feta today on the corny. Bunny Mom 26, hello, welcome in. Who else we got in here? We got Yet It Is, we got CJ Dewey. Good to see you guys. And Samo is on his way home from work, so he'll be home in about 30 minutes from now. Yeah, I get to use up the feta that I brought all the way from Alberta. It's been chilling in the freezer. So we're going to take a little bit out today to crumble over our Mexican street corn. Hello, Shady Pines. How's it going? Michael's here. It's worth staying up for. Thanks. I know it's a late one for you. You guys can see all my wonderful sourdough loaves that I made yesterday for Samo. We're still on the 3 loaf like every 2 weeks schedule, so that's awesome. And the starter is like getting so happy. Goldilocks is loving life here. Okay, so I just planned a pretty simple and easy dinner for us tonight. We're gonna roast up some chicken, make a yummy club sandwich with some crispy bacon strips, avocado so that it's California style. We'll make up a little bit of mayo, some veggies on there, cheese. I think it'll be really yummy. It's warm here now. It's summertime, and I don't like to eat too heavy of meals. At the end of my day, I'd rather eat something like a sandwich, and then we'll have a bunch of stuff prepped in the fridge so that we can make more this week. It's like Tuesday in Denmark. It's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday, guys. Come on. You're assuming it's a dry heat. It is, Cookie. Yeah, it is definitely a dry heat. Although I will say, like, the days that it is stormy and rainy here, it really does feel like we're back on the island. I'm sure the humidity goes up those days, but most of the time it's a dry heat. Okay, and then we got some more yummy corn from the store this week. Oh my gosh, they look so good. So once Samo's home, we'll turn on the big green egg outside and grill those up and then turn it into Mexican street corn. And that's dinner. Easy peasy, nothing too crazy. I found some good recipes as well to go along with the day. Hi, White Dove. Thank you very much. Those numbers are crazy. 63 months in a row. Subscribe to the kitchen crew. I missed you guys too. I had to put that post on Discord yesterday just because I've been feeling like guilty not being able to show up. But just adjusting to work and stuff, like literally every day still, I'm doing different stuff. And it's just a lot for my mental capacity. So it's important that I get time to rest on my days off because like at work, yeah, you're always performing, right? Like we don't really take breaks in an 8-hour shift. You're working straight for 8 hours. So yeah, it could be a lot. Just thanks for understanding, guys. We're still here. We're still going to make awesome things together. And you know where to find us if you need anything still. Okay, let's get into the menu. It's a big one today. It all sounds so good though on our recipes. They're also in Discord already. So California club sandwich. The only difference is it has avocado in it. And yeah, we got avocados and they're super ripe. So I thought that would be yummy. Blah, blah, blah. Sourdough bread, roasted chicken, bacon, avo. We'll use up some more of that dill cheddar cheese, lettuce, slices of tomato, mayo, and then Mexican street corn if you guys have never had it. I'm missing one thing for it, the sour cream, but I'm not making Samo go to the store on his way home from work, so he has to like go past here and then come back. But we'll make like a cheesy kind of mayo to go with it with the feta cheese, some cilantro, green onions, some chili flakes on it. I think it'll be so good to eat with the sandwich on this side. What? Okay, I'll make up our little prep list-a-roo just so I don't forget anything that's going in this sandwich. And away we go. Samo's getting this sour cream. Look at that, guys. He's so good. You brought the wrong nails. What are you guys building over there? It's so windy right now. Maybe I'll just open this because the blinds are going nuts. It's like Herbal Essences commercial in here. You're nailing me in the attic. It's team building. Yeah, team building. That's a thing. Okay, so first things first, I think we'll work on getting the chicken into the oven because that'll be one of the longer processes of the day. So chicken. We'll season it up. I don't know how we want to season it. Maybe with some Italian seasoning? You guys let me know. And then we will roast it. I'm thinking about spatchcocking it. Just cutting the back out and then laying it flat to roast in the oven. That should be the quickest and most consistent way to roast our chicken. So temp and timing that I'm thinking, we'll go higher heat so that we can crisp up the skin a little bit too. I like a 375 Fahrenheit for chicken. And it will take anywhere, depending on your size of chicken, probably like 30 minutes to 45 minutes if it's a bigger one, which these ones are bigger. So just set your timer accordingly, but you could always use your instant read thermometer to make sure it reads 165 Fahrenheit internal. You know it's cooked, ready to go. We can also get the bacon onto a tray and then we'll bake it in the oven. That is the easiest way to make bacon in my mind, and it's the cleanest. You don't have any splatter on the stove top. So we'll bake that at the same temperature as the chicken. Love it. And that usually takes 15 to 20 minutes. So about half of the time of the chicken. Guys, who in chat has made a club sandwich before? Or at least eaten one in your life? I would hope that most people will say me. Me? If you were like waiting, you're like, I hope she asks. Have they all had the bread in the middle layer when you eat them? Because like that is a proper club sandwich, but to me that's too much bread. Maybe we'll make that for Samos today because he worked hard. You haven't ever made one, Cookie? And like you can choose so many different things to go with it. Like I've seen a bunch of recipes. We're doing roasted chicken today. Lots of people just like go to the deli and grab some shaved turkey or ham. It could really be whatever you want. Or even like leftover turkey from the holidays. Always a good way to use it up too. When you say California Club, does that mean with sprouts and avocado? See, I wanted to make the sprouts, like I've been talking about that for the last month since we got there, and it would have been amazing to go on this, but I did not remember to like sprout the sprouts this week for the sandwich, but we'll use them in another sandwich. It does include avocado though. That one is a check mark. Your jaw only opens so far, right? The extra slice of bread in the middle. You made sandwiches for dinner, Mish. Smoked salmon, cucumber, lettuce, and a dill dressing. Yum. I've been craving smoked salmon. I feel like when you've seen California in a sandwich, that's what it often means. Where you're from. So like you're from California. That's what I found looking up the recipes because I did want to put the avocado into the sandwich. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's like a very California thing. And so it is. Okay, we got the chicken and the bacon. What are we gonna do after that? Why don't we get the lettuce, tomato, our cheese sliced. What else? Mayo. You can always make mayo fancier than just plain with whatever you have in the fridge or the pantry at home. So we'll probably get a little fancy. You're East Coast? Okay. So maybe that's not the authentic Recipes are just guidelines. We'll just blame the person that wrote the recipe today. Or just wait for Bonk to come in. He's Californian. Okay. Staying on track. Chicken, bacon, lettuce, tomato, cheese, mayo. We will toast the bread. That's always better. Slice and toast our bread before building the sandwiches. And then for the corn, I'll just write down on the list. We will just oil the corn and salt and pepper it before it goes on the grill. I'll just say season, and then we'll grill it. And then we need our kind of like cheese sauce, let's say. It is sour cream and mayo equal parts, and then it's usually cotija cheese, which is Mexican. The closest thing in most regular stores, let's say, would be feta cheese, so we're using that today. So don't forget the feta. And then for like some nice color, it always has cilantro on there and green onion. And then to bring it all together with the white, green, and red for Mexico, the red is like the chili flakes. But if you can't do spicy, by all means, I understand. Do you add lime or is it tahine? So I don't have any tahine. I also saw this though on some recipes I was reading through for elotes, is they've used Old Bay. I was intrigued by that. But that is the most proper, isn't it, cookie? Is tahine. And then we do have lime. We do have fresh limes, which is also why I'll show you guys that. I chose it today. But you could even just do like a little bit of chili flakes, really whatever you want. You often see feta used too. It's probably the easier thing to find for most people, especially like in Canada. We don't have a lot of Mexican influence in our cuisine. So it really takes like a lot of driving to find those stores, unfortunately. If she wasn't going to, she was going to be feta taxed by Mish. Old Bay would be very different, like very Maryland. We're doing like a fusion of coasts. Okay, that is the whole list, guys. Let's get the chicken out and I'll turn the oven on to preheat while we work on that and the bacon, and away we go. Sambo should be home in the next 30 minutes or so. Dun 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 dun. $3.75. Boom. We got the chickens on sale this week. 2 chickens for $20. I haven't seen that price in forever, and like they are big ones. Just for a comparison, not on sale, whole chickens are usually $16 per chicken right now. So buying 2 for $20, steal of a deal. We're only gonna use 1 today though. We'll do that, get our boning knife, and then maybe before we get all into this, I'll prep a baking pan so that we can put it into there and season it. Yeah, they're snuggling, right? They're hanging out. Grab our Lloyd pan that usually fits a chicken perfectly once it's spatchcocked. All of the loud noises. I want to keep all the juices contained in this foil from roasting the chicken because I'm going to make a chicken stock afterwards from all the bones and stuff. I don't want it to bake onto the pan. So I'll put all these layers for that barrier. Now we're good to go. Is that a Greco-Greek I see? Word to your beautiful mother and your amazing father. Thanks, Greek. You're hilarious, dude. Sounds like we're snipping spines. We are. Okay, we'll need those two for the bacon pan in a bit, so we'll just leave that there for now. Bonk is here. Hi, Bonk. We were trying to decide what exactly a California club is, if it has to include more than avocado, or if we're okay today. Melissa 420 Honeybee, good to see you again too. How am I gonna get into this? Good to see everyone that's popping in today. My boning knife's at work, so we're using Samo's today. Should we use the big one? I think so. Holy. That's a big one. Am I putting it back in the fridge? I think so. For now, the answer is yes. And I'll probably butcher that the rest of the way after stream. Okay, look how they tucked it in to its own self. What the heck? I've never seen that before. That's magic. No strings included. No strings attached. So you need tahini and sour cream. Yeah, that's it, Samo. You got it. It's a really nice looking chicken. That's what we were saying too. From like the chickens that we used to buy. There's a little bit of like the weird like yellow skin film that I just can't stand. I don't know why that's a thing. But that's okay. Because we're planning to pull the meat off of this anyways. And then the skin's just going to get rendered for chicken fat in the stock pot. But I guess as long as it's nice on the breast, because probably Samo's gonna munch on some of the crispy chicken skin when it's roasted. He's gonna need some snackies when he gets home while he's waiting for it to cook. Okay, so that's better. And then I'll grab our kitchen shears after I wash my hands. And we'll cut out the backbone. We'll snip off the wing tips. And I guess we could also get the stock pot on. Some Guinness? I haven't had Guinness in forever. It could fit in there somewhere, Mish. Who knows? Okay, first things first. Let's just go boom right there. And that. And then we're gonna flip it over. This is gonna get a little crazy. And then we're just gonna kind of follow the line from the little tail to the neck up here. It's about 1 inch thick is what we're cutting. And that's gonna take the back out, and then we'll split the breastbone open and then it'll lay flat, you'll see. This is also a really good way to grill chicken. And then obviously, like if these kitchen shears go through the chicken bones that easy, definitely watch your fingers. It doesn't have the pointy, sharp part of a knife, but it definitely has it on the blade. So don't get your finger in there. The hip bone here is definitely the hardest part. I usually need 2 hands. And then the rest, pretty easy. Okay, we did the hard part. Now the breastbone, like I said here. Yeah, we can probably use the cleaver. It's not that big of a chicken, so you just kind of push it in there and it will snap it right here. And if you push on it, it opens the rest of the way. Did you guys see that? It worked really good, honestly, to show you. And then this just lays open. That one's kind of cut there. but it's gonna flip like that into the pan. We're doing an autopsy. It worked so good. This was a really nice chicken. And then we'll get the stock pot for these things. I'll transfer this over. If you want to be really like particular, you could always rinse this part, but I don't really see any bone shards, so I think we're okay. Like, we're gonna pick the chicken off the bones later, so I'm sure we would feel if there was anything hard. Okay. There she is, all happy. I gotta wash my hands one more time and I'll grab the pot. And then it's seasoning time. That was literally one of the hardest parts of the stream. Bonk. You wish your spine cuts were that clean? Kitchen shears are like one of my favorite tools ever in the kitchen. They have so many different uses. Let's do this bigger pot. Boom. I think this meal will go good today because in the time that the chicken's roasting, it gives you like just enough time to prep all the other things to go into this sandwich. I love when things just kind of work in succession like that. Rinse off your cutting board, spray it with bleach. I'm gonna hang on to those tongs. And thank you very much, Slam Meat Fist, for the Prime Subby 4 months in a row. Shout out Kitchen Shears, goated scissor variant, 100%. Okay, fill that with some cool water. It looks like such a small amount in the pot, but we're gonna be adding to it later. So you might as well just get it simmering now. So all of the bones and stuff from the chicken that we get the meat from is gonna go into here. I'm getting back on my bone broth game in the mornings to try and like kind of reset my gut. I haven't had the best appetite in the mornings before work, and like it's really important to me to have a full tank of gas in my body before I have to go do something like work. So I'm trying to figure out what's gonna be the best thing for me in the mornings. Okay, I think we should drizzle just a small amount of olive oil on here. What else can I go find? I said maybe some Italian seasoning. Grab some tarragon. I was thinking like garlicky herb chicken. Meat is one thing you're intimidated about cooking. Holy cookie. Thank you. Thank you. You didn't have to do that. We're gonna massage this on the back too. Mish, thank you for the one baby cookie. Thank you very much for the $20 donation. He says just a little bit more. And then going back to what Elotes says, you're intimidated by cooking meat, especially the big chunks like a roast. You'd be afraid of undercooking it. And that's why I always say, like, once you guys want to start getting better at cooking at home, buy yourself an instant read thermometer. Even myself, there are times that I'm guessing about how done things are because like lots of meat varies in size, right? A roast is not always a roast for pork or beef depending on the size of it. So you can only go by what a recipe says by like so much, right? That's why it's really important to use this when you cook. Like I said with the chicken, test in a few spots. It should read 165 Fahrenheit. That is well done. That is by the book. You can go a little bit less if you want, but if you're being proper, that is by the book. And then if you don't know any of the other timings for meat, I would suggest, like, there's lots of resources online for free. Little like printable things that you can just stick on your fridge. And that will teach you about the beef and pork and chicken timings, probably even fish too. But I totally understand that, because even the recipes that are like cook it like this amount of time per pound, I don't want to be doing that math. You've bought multiple loved ones the same getting into cooking gift sets during the holidays. That's so cool. You always get a few tiny prep bowls, instant read thermometer, and a kitchen scale. Seriously, those are some of the best things. Those are the 3 things that changed your life the most when cooking, and maybe we'll even add a set of kitchen shears. Because that's a big one too. Okay, salt and pepper first. Then we'll get some herbs on. IKEA garlic press is the best, really. This oven heats up so fast, I have to like race it to prep the things to go into it. Definitely not an oven that you have to like preheat far in advance when you're starting your recipe. Okay, got an even layer of salt, put some peps. The OXO garlic press. Your pro garlic press, me too. That is honestly one thing like they don't have in restaurant kitchens, and I don't get the point of like wasting time trying to frickin' mince garlic with a knife when you could just use a garlic press and call it a day. Like, I am not above that. I think once you have the respect of not having the appliance that helps you and knowing how you have to do it yourself, then you can use the thing that helps you. But you should always do it by hand first. That's my opinion, at least. I'm also gonna get some dried garlic on this too. You gotta get on the IKEA grind. I love IKEA. 3 things you can get too, Bonk. A microplane, yep. Instant digital read thermometer and garlic press. Yes, I love these little trios that you guys are thinking of. Small but important items. And it can be thrown in the dishwasher. I think that's huge. I hate washing the garlic press by hand. Okay, so we're garlicking this up. Okay, now it's gonna go into the oven. I'll set a 30-minute timer to check it, and then we'll see where it's at that point. So the next thing we'll be going into, look at how yummy that looks, is layering out the bacon. I gotta switch these oven racks, they're too close together, on a sheet pan. And then we can get the bacon crisping up already as well. Microplanes start to get dull after 4 or 5 years. Yeah, that is honestly the case because I've used quite a few in different restaurants that I've worked in. And it's like you get to know the ones that are actually sharp. You're like, nope, not that one. Okay, so 30-minute timer on the chicken. Nice. First thing crossed off the list. Kitchen tweezers are good for eyebrows as well, Mish said. Hey, we know that we don't like those single-use items. That's a multi-use one. I just microplaned some manchego yesterday on our mac and cheese. Bonk. It was perfect. It was like snow. Okay, chicken, season, roast. 30 to 40 minutes or so at 375 Fahrenheit. Check. Bacon. Let's get a sheet pan. Get it layered with our foil and parchment, and then we'll get our bacon on it. Single use? Don't do this to me. We got an Annie. Yeah, also that, Sam, that's actually such a good point we can say, is that if you are noticing some items in your kitchen utensils, or really anywhere, like even your garage tools, right, that you're like, feel like you're banging your head against the wall using them because it's broken slightly or something like that, just go buy a new one and your life will be so much better. Mish, what? Okay, I'm gonna go get that sheet pan before you guys distract me any further. Yeah, of course. Hello. And actually, before I forget, before we get into bacon, since Misha's here and it's fresh in my mind, this is the feta cheese that I packed up. Because, well, I wasn't throwing it out when we moved, so I just took it out of the brine, kept it in the blocks, froze it. Here we are. I'll take out one block to use in the next week. All I did was Google it. Can you freeze feta cheese? Should have tossed it. Yeah, in a salad. So we'll use a little bit today on our Mexican street corn. And then I'll probably make a tomato cucumber salad later this week. Okay, now that that's off the list, I'm gonna prep our sheet pan for the bacon. Right, Cookie? I was like, what am I gonna do with this whole big thing of feta? I was like, I'm not gonna dry it. And then we ended up bringing like our little fridge freezer from home for the few condiments and stuff we had left. I was like, I'll freeze it. Works so good. So I'm curious to see like if it's gonna be drier and more crumbly in texture after freezing. Probably. Knowing dairy and like how it acts when it freezes, it's probably not going to be entirely the same product it started out as, but it will be close. Mish would still eat it, let's just put it that way. This is crazy. This is crazy. Done with these now, I think. Cheese curds. Wow, the wind almost blew the parchment. Annie, thank you very much for gifting 5 subs to our community. Let's welcome in Sugar Honey 67, Chef Nova Knows Nothing. What? Little Mama Silva, we know them. Sup, it's Vivi and Chimlip. Thank you very much, and welcome to the kitchen crew, my peoples. Sour bee? Nice. Sugar Honey's in here with us. Okay, we got this prepped. Let's switch it up. I'll grab the bacon out. Oh, man. My blinds are already up all the way. How is this gonna work? What if I turn on this light above? Maybe it'll balance it out. You guys know how it is. The sun is going behind the mountain. It's about to be birdie hour. And the kitchen is currently lit up. We got that thick cut bacon. I don't know if I'm gonna cook this whole thing today. Maybe I'll grab a container to put some of the extra bacon strips into. Have it for breakfast. Maybe breakfast for dinner even. Okay, that's that. You only buy a thick cut? And yeah, this one's extra thick. I think we've tried this before, but it was like 10 bucks off at the store. We got this for like $9. Steal of a deal. And it's even Canadian. Even from Wildfire. Cook all the bacon, he says. It's been heard. Sam has spoken. Holy. It feels like farm bacon. Is all of this even gonna fit on this one pan? It is the way, Cookie. It is. Oh, you know what we watched yesterday? Guys, we watched a movie. I know. We watched the Minecraft movie. It was actually good. It started out a little weird to me because I've never played Minecraft, but I liked it. I'm going to turn these way. Or this way. Turn these way. Shingle it. So I always put the fatty part on top of the meaty part. It is a chunker, it's true. You've been watching Reacher very slowly since school's still in session. We don't watch like a lot of TV outside of YouTube. Only 7 episodes in, Annie. You like it though? It's so good. Maybe we'll add that one to our list. This is gonna be close. A full pan of bacon. Let's just move that up there for now. Oh, yesterday was kind of crazy. Yesterday afternoon, we had 3 Black Hawk helicopters fly over the house, which Canada doesn't really have those. Part of their military. We don't have enough money for that. I was like, what is going on? I love all the different things that go on here. That is a big pan of bacon. Wow. You're on Black Mirror? How many seasons of that are there now? I think we watched the first one. Is there 2? 3? 7? I can't keep up with this. Yeah, you're scouting locations. I believe it. We're in BC. Sam was actually looking it up. And I guess the RCMP here actually has 2 for border patrol, but the military doesn't. Okay, we're gonna put this in the oven too. So because there was 3, that was definitely American helicopters. I was like, they can come over here to Sam? He's like, yeah, they just can request to like fly in the airspace. I was like, oh. Holy, the chicken is smelling so good. Okay, there's 20 minutes on that clock. I think that's actually perfect for the bacon. Let's keep going. I will next prep the corn for the grill. So we'll get it all seasoned up and ready to go out there. And that's kind of the last big thing done. Fortis has Blackhawks? I'm so intrigued by that. Okay, corny time. This is crazy. I never thought I would have complained about a window in the kitchen. But here we are. Yeah. Is this Bob's fault? Are you sure, Bob? You didn't come here first and put the window here and make sure the sun pours in like this every stream? I don't know. We don't really have anyone else to blame. Okay, I'm just gonna take all the corny hairs off first before we go any further. We tried our best shucking them in the store, so I didn't have to come home and put all the husks into the garbage. I've also seen some recipes for Mexican street corn, like a casserole rather, which we've made that before on stream too, but today we're going to keep it all whole form on the cob. And like, look at how good this corn looks right now. Corny hairs. This is how I talk. Get off of there. Look at my new silk threads, Annie. Our finest silk. Whoa. Okay, the stock pot's already up. That did not take long. I'll just turn it down. Let's get probably just a Lloyd pan again, because that works so good to bring out to the barbecue. Oh, and speaking of barbecues, we woke up the other morning. We always like check on the patio and stuff, right? It's just a habit. See what kind of animals were around. Something peed on the big green egg, like by the charcoal bag. Like, it was so dang bad that Sam had to get the pressure washer out. So it's like, what was it? Something's trying to like fight us for the territory. Was it the marmot? Or a coyote? Oh my god, it was so gross. He's fighting us, so Sam went and put a massive rock on the hole. We are in the Okanagan area of BC now. So like central, southern. You're looking for movies to watch, all of a sudden a French documentary shows mafia and says Toronto. Greek, it's crazy. Okanagan, I'll write it down. It's actually Okanagan Falls is where we are. There's so much different animals. Okay, so now we're gonna rub the oil all around. Holy shit, that was fast. That was fast. Samo's home. Do phallic things with the corny. Thank you very much. Okay, now they're ready for their next stage. Yeah, OK Falls. That's the spot. If anyone wants to come out for a visit, you can rent out the guest house that's attached to ours. I actually don't know the price on that. I should go talk to Nicola and see what they're charging. Maybe some of you guys can come and stay in there. Ooh. That's your cenote?
The liquor store wasn't beside. I'm sorry.
The liquor store wasn't there? And we have not tried any of the local beers yet, Annie. I mean, we lived in BC before, right? So there's obviously a few newer ones. But I think I'm more intrigued to try the wines. Greek, thank you very much. Gifting this up to Melissa 420 Honeybee. Okay, I gotta back this up. Crazy stuff's going on. Thought this town had a brewery. I don't know if OK Falls has its own brewery.
Hello, everybody. No, but Oliver does.
Oliver has, I forget what it's called.
Fire Hall, I think.
Hi, caretaker. Just watching the dissection of the leaves. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. We got an empty container. Nice. We got sour cream.
There was no tagine.
They did not have the tahini, but at least we have this.
Tahini.
Bob, are you actually leaving?
14.
18%, yeah. We got those fatty bits. Bye, Bob. Bye. I'm gonna go over, I think, to the other camera to do this. Everyone's making me say bye to Bob and he's still here. Okay, let's go over here. Just while the lighting's crazy. There. Holy. So this is how it actually looks. I'll leave them grouped together for the salt and pepper part. So we'll season it before it goes on the grill. You're not seeing breweries in the Valerie, or Valerie, in the valley. Valerie and Winery. Don't say that. But yeah, the amount of wineries here, crazy. I don't even know how we're gonna go to them all. We gotta do like a weekly thing. Go to one different winery every week on like our day off or something. Go for a little tasting. Because the nice part is all of them kind of work together. So like if you say that you work at a winery, you get a discount in the tasting room. And then fun fact about the two tasting rooms where we work at. So the Burrowing Owl tasting room, it costs $5 to try 5 of their wines. And all of that $5 gets donated directly to the Burrowing Owl Conservation Society. And over the years, they've already donated over $2 million. And then the winery here at Wild Goose, they do all of their tasting room proceeds goes to, I think just like a wildlife conservation society. Is there a local corn seller like Tabor Corn here? Soon, just not yet. None of the farm stands are open. In the next month or so, I'm gonna say, they'll be open. Yep. Burrowing Owl does stuff for actual burrowing owls. So yeah, they've donated over $2 million to the Conservation Society over the years. And like the whole story about that winery is when Jim first bought the property, the owner. We haven't met him formally yet, but we've met his wife, Midge. But say when Jim and Midge bought the property, it was already a vineyard, but nobody was running it anymore. And they discovered this old sign on the property that said it was once upon a time a conservation area for burrowing owls, and it did not work. So they're like, oh, maybe we can bring a little bit of light to this animal that is endangered. And that is the story. Maybe the burrowing owl peed outside. If it did, I would be okay with that, pretty sure. Hi, FCB. You don't drink wine, but you know the wine might be in the place the parents or your parents went. It's a very popular and well-known wine. Yeah, you don't drink alcohol at all? Yeah. I don't really either, Greek. Okay, corn is set as well. Let's keep going, guys. So it's seasoned and then we'll grill it. Sam was just having a quick cleanup after work. So we'll get into our lettuce, tomato. We gotta slice some cheese. Annie, it's so true. I keep wanting to make waffles and there's no maple syrup in this household. Is that okay? It's not okay. It's because we don't have a Costco close by anymore. Although I'm sure I could spend the extra $3 on the bottle of syrup from the regular store. Okay, what are we working with here? We got a little bit of leftover lettuce and then these other ones to get into. And I don't know why that drawer keeps like sticking to the bottom of the fridge. It's all clean. This. You know what we didn't write on the list? Was the avocado. Hello. Someone tipped $3 quick. The good old days. You put a new switch for the kitchen lights outside on the 4th post? Whoa. What is going on, Bob? Okay. We got these for pieces of lettuce. Let's test this cutting board cam again. It's just very sunny where I live now. I'm sorry. These are our old pieces, so we'll use that first. Just slicing off any really brown pieces. That looks pretty good. And maybe a little bit more. Maybe not though. This might be enough for Samo and I. Let's like slice this here. So you gotta also imagine how this is gonna fit on the piece of bread. There. Those are more manageable pieces. I don't think we need that other head of lettuce. So let's put this into here. We'll make our little sandwich building station. This can go back in. You're thinking of selling your electric brewery? Do we want the pieces as large as possible? I'm just trying to think of how it's gonna fill out the piece of bread, right, Greek? So that it's easy to eat. We definitely won't shred it for this. There's just too many components and the shredded lettuce will go everywhere in my mind. Slice our tomato. I guess I could bring our avocado out. Which one feels the most ripe? I think that one. You haven't brewed in 5 years and yeah, you can't even drink it anymore. Greek. We gotta wash this tomato. What's on here? Yeah, Annie should make one last batch of beer, hey? Before he sells it. That should do it. In there. That's where we're at. The problem is that you would need to invest in a 50 amp breaker. Oh, because you haven't used it since you moved to the new house. And then there's no drain. Oofda. That does seem like a lot of work then. Greek wants to buy it. Let's make this happen. We'll just slice our avos right now. We won't scoop them out yet because it'll go brown. I'm doing really nice thin slices. So they won't just like fall out, go flying out of the sandwich when you bite into it. What was the lunch special today?
Prawn risotto, steak. Prawns going on the menu tomorrow.
Oh.
Squash is coming off the menu tomorrow.
For risotto?
Yeah.
Nice.
And what else am I doing tomorrow?
We'll just put that in the fridge for now, guys.
Oh, mushrooms on toast is back.
Mushrooms on toast is back?
So with lion's mane and another mushroom.
Ooh. Okay, where's our dilly cheese? Dill cheese. He's just getting his phone hooked up for the grill cam outside, guys. Excuse me. Let's check it out. It works. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dill cheese. What did we use this in the other day? Oh, on the baked potatoes? It was so good. Also, a note on baked potatoes. If anyone at home has an air fryer, take your already baked potato. So remember we made the 2 extra. Took it out of the fridge. It was still wrapped in the foil. Cut it in half and then like cut into the potato and like made little pieces, but kept it whole in the skin. Seasoned it, oil, salt and pepper. Just put that into the air fryer. I had 4 of the halves just sticking up like that, and I roasted them. Holy smokes. Like, roasted after being baked, it got so crisp. It was delicious. The wind coming in here is crazy. I got a fan in the window, but the wind's so powerful, the fan's not on and it's making the blades go. It was, yeah, we were shocked by how good that was. Sam's telling me to do something. Guys, we got the hummingbird feeder up and they're coming to it. Whoop whoop. We got all the feeders filled thanks to Cookie. Remember I said I would buy the suet packs and get all the feeders up? So thank you very much, Cookie, for the $20 last week. And yeah, I cleaned all the black mold out of the hummingbird feeder yesterday, and now they've been fighting over it all day. Your data's the same one? Okay, so Samo's lighting the grill. Yes, yeah. When we first put the feeder up yesterday, it came like right away to it. So I'm sure they'll start to get used to us. And then the type of hummingbird that we have here is one that we're not familiar with, being in BC before. It's called a calliope. And it's one of the smallest, or if not, the smallest hummingbird. Okay, well, let Samo work on that. Maybe we can do... What do I have here for scenes? That's that one. I guess that works. Is it purple? Oh, right, because they have the purple coloring. So far, the one that's come looks more like a rufous. Like he's green and orange. Okay, so that was the timer on this stuff in the oven. I'm just going to check that right meow. Bacon is cooking along. Chicken is also cooking along. I think we can definitely do like another... Oop, not that. Not the temperature. We'll do timing. We will do probably another 10 minutes on that. Hi, Brick Lane. Good to see you. And thanks, Mish, for posting that. But yeah, their migration is wild. 9,000 kilometers. And they weigh 2 to 3 grams. Crazy. Okay. Coming back over here. Dill cheddar, we want this sliced. Can we fit these slices into the other container? Maybe beside the lettuce. Maybe we'll do that. You looked them up. You thought you'd seen them in Mexico before, which you probably did. Mish, you're already attracted to it. Yeah, fighting the winds. The birds actually use the different winds and weather patterns to their advantage during migration season, which is actually happening right now. There's a page on Facebook that I follow that posts the patterns in the maps. And like some of the migrations lately, there was like millions of birds in one night. But they like to migrate at night, so you wouldn't really see them at the same time. Let's get into this.
We have 3 different hummingbirds going to that feeder already.
We already have 3 different ones? So the one with a bit of purple on it is the calliope. That's the smallest one. Okay. And like Folk Metal saw them in Mexico when they were there. They actually migrate that far.
We definitely have a dead pool.
So an Anna's.
Full red mask.
So an Anna's, and I would say for sure a Rufus as well. I've seen.
You seen a JD?
Yep, that's the one that I've seen. I'm secretly a bird enthusiast. Oh, it's no secret. It's known.
I like all animals.
I love animals. I wouldn't put up the feeders if I didn't love them. I was so excited to be able to set them back up again. I really miss that, living in the middle of the city. The native hummingbird, so yeah, it's those 3 that Melissa said. So we have Rufus, which is like orange and green colored one. And then the Anna has like the red throat and black head. And like green wings on the outside. And then the calliope I've never seen yet. But it has like kind of a burgundy purple coloring on its throat area. That little chunk of cheese, we had to eat it. And yeah, this cheese is a bit crumbly, so I'm trying to be careful. And it's so funky. Whoa. That ain't no mild orange cheddar. think I'll stop after this one. That'll do, donkey. Have I seen the nature episode about hummingbirds on PBS? No, but maybe I can find it on YouTube. Hummingbirds in Costa Rica? There we are. Our little cheese dust pile. That sounds crazy, Brick Lane. The hummingbird you saw in Singapore, the chest was yellow? Whoa. I wonder, I'm sure there's like hundreds of types of different hummingbirds, right? Could there be hundreds? We got the cheese. Samo Googled it just now. There's 356 different hummingbirds in the world. Okay, we still gotta slice our bread. 366? A 112 geners. Eating the cheese crumbs. Okay. Bomb. Lettuce, tomato, cheese, avo, mayo. Let's see what he needs. What type of mayo would you like on your sandwich? Just plain?
Almonds?
You don't want anything fancy in it? You're good? Okay. We're just going plain on the mayo, but make sure you got it. I guess, yeah, we could slice the bread next and then that's done. And then we just need to make our sauce for the corn with the sour cream, mayo, and feta.
We have a new hummingbird. But I've seen a black-chinned hummingbird.
Sam's seen a black-chinned hummingbird. The tarragon mayo did sound pretty great. It did, which I do have tarragon, so like I could mix it in. Yeah, the aioli. If you make it from scratch, yeah. Hummingbird themed food? That sounds wild. Very colorful. Maybe in the summer, once all the local produce starts coming out, we could do that. We actually don't have Kewpie. It's true. It's true, Bonk. This fridge is so dang small, guys. We really have to be like choosy about what we put into it, especially condiments wise. But I think Kewpie is one that we need. Okay, so I made this yesterday. Very proud of my sourdough bread. I think it's looking so good. Hummingbird on croûte? What? Go like that for thickness. Samo, are you just doing the 2 slices of bread, no middle piece?
3 slices, please.
He's doing the proper one, guys. He's ready, I told you. Okay, for that one, I'll put it like a bit thinner so it's not so much bread. We made okonomiyaki. That was a good stream, Mish. Okay, we got Samo's bread. We're serious about the Kewpie mayo. For good reason. Boom. And that's like already one loaf of bread basically gone. Crazy. I'll just put it in here right now so it doesn't get too dry while we're waiting on the last of the stuff. I did make the bread myself. Yeah, I fed the starter yesterday morning around, I think it was like 10:30, 11. And then at 5, it was doubled in size. And then I mixed up the bread. And I think the bread was done around like 7. Nice. Old Style's here with us. Good to see you. The oven's really yelling at us. That's our other timer. Oh, nice. The feta is actually thawing really nicely. Just put it in the back in the fridge for right now until we make our sauce. So why don't we check out what's going on in the oven? You love your dad's fresh white bread he would make in the oven with butter and honey. You're still sus of it? I'll let you know if it's weird. Don't worry. Okay, bacon is still giving her down there. But the chicken is looking really yummy. Let's take the temp of it. I would maybe get it a little bit more browned on the skin if we were just gonna roast it like this, but like we're gonna pick all the skin off for the sandwiches. Let's go by the bone here, by the wing, and see the temp. So 170 there, and then by the thigh bones, and that one's at 160. What about over here? Ouch. Ouch. So I think it can rest. I think that's a happy chicken. So it's gonna carry over cook a little bit now that it's out of the oven. And then when it's cool to the touch, we can pull the meat off of it. You're using Kewpie mayo this week for your wraps. Your only complaint is the price for such a small bottle. It is very expensive for how much you get. That's why I usually have both mayos, like just a plain Hellmann's and then Kewpie for those like few things that you like it with. Your kiddos had their AP physics test today. You'll have to find out how it went tomorrow. One of your students barely even made it to the test on time. Bob, the smallest thermometer or largest hummingbird? Or both? Costco has Kewpie? Really? Not here in Canada. At least not where we are at. Okay, toast the bread. We gotta get the toaster out.
We haven't been to the Costco here.
That's true as well. But hearing the horror stories from Eric, I don't know if I want to go to the Costco here.
Go late in the afternoon.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, that's true. Guys, our friend went to the nearest Costco to us here earlier this week. And what did he say? It was like an hour and a half waiting in the lineup in the store to just get to the checkout. I was... No. He said a crazy amount of time. I was like, I would never take that amount of time. They didn't have AP Physics when you were in high school. I remember I took AP Math, AP English, and Social maybe? I don't want to go back there. If the internet is to be believed, Folk Metal says the one they sell at Costco isn't as good. It's made in the US. It's like a knockoff version. Alti, thank you. Good to see you. I will have a sip. And then what's happening out here? The grill is on. The wind is whipping. Okay, last thing we gotta make.
There's actually 3 different types of Kewpie. One made in the US, one made in Japan, and one made in Sweden.
There's a Kewpie made in Sweden.
The one you really want to make sure you get is the one from Japan.
Yeah.
The one that's from Sweden tastes a little more eggy, and the one from the US tastes more like Elotes.
Huh. Now we know. Can we switch times? Who, us, LT? Oh yeah, because it's pretty late there, right? Do we really got mountains behind us? So that is the view of the backyard. Because we're going to grill the corn on the barbecue. And then, yeah, in front of me, I guess I could switch it. This other cam. I'll go show you the outside. The sun is just going behind the mountain at this time of day. It's like almost there. And now everyone else is gone. So we're all alone now. The business is closed. There's so much good smells. Both inside, and then I can smell the grill. We have a very sweet spot. And I thought it was so cute today. When Samo just came up to me when he was getting ready to go to work this morning, because I had my day off. He's just like saying how thankful he was for everything that we have here now. It was awesome. Thanks, Ivitas. Thanks for being here too. The Japanese style Kewpie that you used to make had yuzu in it, old style. I always eye up the bottle of yuzu juice at the store. I love that flavor. Your old AP history teacher used to fart in class and excuse himself? What? Excuse me. Okay, let's read about this grilled Mexican street corn. It's about the last thing we got on the go, and I'm just babysitting this bacon in the oven. Maybe I'll do like 6 more minutes. We loaded up the tray, so it's taking a bit to get all that moisture out of there. Yeah, there's more room out than in. You are looking to visit Vancouver this summer? If you do, like, are you driving or what? Because I was going to say, you have to pass through here. It's a must. You're flying? Oh. Well, maybe we could drive out, depending on if we can get some time off. Probably not, though. Tomorrow's our last day of working 7 hours a day, and then we're bumping up to 8 hours every day, finally. Okay, Elotes, grilled Mexican street corn. Kenji says one of the best ways to serve corn. This is a Serious Eats article. Fly, and then, yeah, maybe rent a car when you first get there. You will need it. Depending on how far you go, I guess. But if you want to just stay in downtown Vancouver, you don't actually need a car. The SkyTrain is wonderful. This is what they say. A blend of garlic, cilantro, chili powder, mayo, and cotija cheese in the sauce, plus a final squeeze of lime, makes the corn sweet, salty, savory, nutty, creamy, and tart all at once. It's called, so elotes is the dish, and then the cheese is called cotija. You need to make some kimchi this summer. Just make sure you don't have any people over the couple days while it's fermenting, because they'll think you have a farting problem as well. Okay. No problem, Annie. I would have died too. Like Samo said, we would have died if we just went like straight up 8 hours, like 40-hour weeks. I would have died. I wouldn't have made it out alive. Scoots is here. Hi. Thank you very much, Scooter, for the 64 month in a row resub. Oh my gosh, Folk Metal. You used to work with a guy who would make kombucha at work, leave it until it started smelling bad, and then take it home. I actually love that. Just keep the fart smell at work. Okay. Enough about farts. When you're 64, Annie. When I'm 64, is that a song? Had to go to a meeting, had to leave at 6 this morning and just got home. What are they doing to you? Pickled Korean hot chicken sandwich. I've been seeing the pickled chicken sandwiches from Popeyes, those ads. I really need that. Okay, half a cup. Also, how many corn? 4 ears of corn shucked. We season them. If you guys missed that, the chicken's just hanging out on top. Olive oil, salt and pepper on there. They've been hanging out, just waiting for the grill. Half a cup of finely crumbled cotija or feta cheese, plus a bit more for serving. I think this will fit into this container to mix in there, and then whatever is extra we can keep for tomorrow. It's a Beatles song. See, I know most Beatles songs. Maybe if I heard it, I would know that one. That's some of the lyrics, Bob. That sounds sad. Okay, we got our equal parts of mayo and sour cream for this sauce, a 1/4 cup each, so not that much. And then some chopped cilantro. They actually say to use ancho or guajillo chili powder. Let me see what I can scrounge over here. I mean, you could also just use chili powder. That's okay. Because I don't know if I want to open this bag and blend it up. So if you don't have the fancy chili powders, chili powder. See, I have the whole chilies, Annie, but I don't want to go that far and get the blender out and stuff. Looks like I have to get some pepper powders and then my life is set. AKA make my own. You would like this for dinner, Scoots? I'm very excited for this. Okay, and then we need just 1 clove of garlic and then our lime. Garlicky, creamy, cheesy, and chili. You just noticed my other 2 loaves? So that's part of my 3-loaf batch. That's why you have a spice grinder. Oh, like a little coffee one? Bob's watching in 360p, Mish. Okay, bacon is almost there. Let's do maybe another 4 minutes and we'll call it a day. It's feta cheese time. Feta cheese. Sour cream. Where's the mayo? We need cilantro. and garlic. And we'll bring the lime wedges, or limes to make into wedges. Boom, boom. Close this back up. And garlic. We made garlicky chicken, and we're gonna have garlicky corn. Oh gosh! They're gonna raid the fridge. Hurry, close it. Hippie! Thank you so much for the raid, my friend. How was your stream? What did you guys get up to over there today? And yes, guys, please give Hippie a follow if you don't follow him yet. He's another food and drink streamer that's always cooking up delicious things over there. Roar! Roar! So thank you very much for sharing your community here. This is our one stream of the week, and we are making a easy dinner for Sam, who just got home from work, had a day off, and we're almost ready to finish it up actually, so good timing. Welcome on in, everyone. We have pretty much everything already prepped for the club. Thank you, Scooter, for posting the menu of our day. And we are just working on the sauce to go with our Mexican street corn that we're gonna grill outside on the Big Green Egg. That's where we're at. So we're just getting ready to get out there. And then one of the last things is just picking all the meat off of our chicken to make our sandwiches. You made chaos in the kitchen. Lemon tart and strawberry gummies. Yum. Now that it's getting warm out, lemon is such a good refreshing dessert, hey? And I've been wanting to make gummies for like the collagen part of it. People say it's pretty healthy for you if you can keep the sugar content down. How goes the food frolic? It's good. Yeah, we are currently working at a winery. We've been here for about a month now and settling in, and it's absolutely beautiful. Really can't complain. Just the adjustment to a busier life takes a little bit of time, and I'm learning that, but otherwise, grateful to be here. Pell, your friend used to make her own seasonal fruit roll-ups with whatever was handy. Yes, yeah, I want to do that. We brought the dehydrator, so that probably will happen later in the summer. Try our hand at making fruit leather or something. Yes, yeah, so you tried it low sugar. Nice. Well, I hope it turns out. Mish, can you make fruit roll-ups with feta, she says. We'll do a black pepper and strawberry roll-up, and then you can put the feta in, if that's what you want. Okay, hopefully that's the bacon. That is all we need, guys, for the fresh garlic. If you're mixing it straight into the sauce like this, it's gonna get really potent. I feel like we're gonna scrape the rest of like this out though. Maybe we can get it pressed one more time through. Bob, you were hanging with Hippie this morning? Nice. Okay, get that into the bottom. Let me peek at these bacon strips. The bacon almost took the same amount of time to cook as the chicken we roasted. But it was extra thick cut. Look at this, guys. Whoa. I think we're good there. Turn off the oven. The outer two strips are the most crisp. So I'm just gonna leave this in here now that the oven's off to kind of finish. Banana cute garlic press. Don't even come at me. That garlic press works great. I'm so happy Samo got it for me. Okay, let's get into this order of business first. So 1/2 cup, and then we need 1/4 cup for the sour cream and mayo amounts. 1/2 cup of cheese. Look at this. It's super crumbly now, Mish. It's almost like a feta dust. And that's honestly what I thought was gonna happen to this. When you freeze the feta cheese. Which is honestly pretty perfect for this usage. A garlic press as a nutcracker? Sometimes we have to get creative, it's true. Okay, there's that. It's pretty messy. Misha's here, she's seen the feta. All is right in the world. She's been fetted for the rest of the week. She says feta yes. I think I'm just gonna eyeball what we need for these other amounts because I hate scooping that stuff out of measuring cups. Let's do our mayo. I might have to open this up. How's this starter? It's awesome. I just fed it yesterday and made 3 loaves of bread. That's what we're using for the sandwiches today. I said this starter looks the best it ever has, actually. Melissa, cheese goes well with a lot of fruit and dessert. It's true. Like feta with strawberries is good. That's one of my favorite salads. Spinach salad with feta and strawberries. The 3 loaves usually last 2 weeks. And that way I don't have to bake bread every week. So 1 will go into the freezer and then 2 can hang out. Hi, Auntie BS90. How's it going? So same amount of this as the mayo. We're pretty much there. Okay, let's get the chili powder in next. It's only 1/2 teaspoon. Like that. I like to keep the cilantro more for garnish, put on top after, so I'm just gonna mix this up together. And we'll have our cilantro and lime for some nice color and freshness. And this will get slathered onto the corn after it's been grilled. While it's still warm, you definitely want to eat it while it's warm with this stuff. Put that to the side for now. Chop up our cilantro. And then I think we're gonna head out to grill the corn. Or maybe first we'll pick the skin and the meat from the chicken. It's a Chef John Leung. Hello, dude. Welcome in, my fellow Canadian. What did everyone else eat today? Aw, Annie, that's so cute. I love those type of moments. Yes, I totally understand, Hippie. Thank you once again for bringing your crew over. Go clean up the kitchen, because I know, well, there's not usually anyone else around to help with it, right? Take care of your stuff, and have a wonderful rest of the week. Sorry about the lighting in here, guys. We're still getting used to living in a very sunny area of Canada. Nothing but problems. You made chicken Alfredo and hot dogs? What? Philly cheesesteak and lamb birria sausages? We tried some lamb sausages from one of the butcher shops here. Had that yesterday for dinner. Wasn't really our jam, unfortunately. It was like something about the texture just wasn't right. Maybe I'll have to make my own. Okay, let's get this chopped. Cereal and instant ramen, nice. And making pastas. Yeah, make a cheesy sauce. You deserve to eat delicious food. I think that's almost good. Pork sirloin roast? I don't even know what a pork sirloin roast is. I've never seen that cut here. That sounds so yummy, White Dove. And you had corn on the cob too? 'Tis the season. Okay, guys. You're getting hungry, Barbarino? Me too. I'm very much getting ready for yummy foods. Done with all this? I'm just gonna go check on the grill because Sam is sleeping. I just want to make sure it's okay. It's at 450. We're good. It's happy. It's just hanging out like a cute little egg.
Yeah.
At 450. I just gotta pick the chicken and then we can grill the corn. Yum, White Dove. First time for you guys too, really? Where are we pulling the corn of the cob from? Wildfire. Why we get all the sun? I don't know. It's actually crazy here. We're in such a microclimate. That's what we gotta pick. Whoa. So we're gonna pick the chicken stuff here. I think I'll just put on a pair of gloves because then it's not too hot on my hands. Samo's having a little chicky wing snack, testing it out. It's tasty stuff.
Yes.
He says yes. And then the pot, guys, is for our stock. We already put the back and the wing tips in. We'll put the rest of the bones and stuff. Thank you very much, Cookie. We do have the chicken wings. Holy, look at the juices, guys. Just pouring out. That's insane looking. Are we gonna save the legs? And then we'll just use the breast meat? Mmm. Samo, you need to do this because I got chicken hands. We gotta welcome in the 5 subs that Cookie just gifted us. Why did you commit? You had a clean hand. It looks juicier than your rotisserie chicken even, Annie. Okay, welcome in Big Time Big Boy. We know them. M. Jews, Morgan Thau, Folk Metal. They're in here right now. And Palooza. Thank you very, very much, Cookie. Yeah, very appropriate. We got the chicken wings. And thank you for the follow, Auntie. Told you he would come home and eat all the chicken skin. Okay, so easiest way to split and get the breast meat off of roasted chicken. Just kind of split it right here by the bone. Just run your finger along. And then if you cooked it right, should also just be able to keep running your hand along until it's basically released. Like that. Wow. Okay. And then we just got to take it off of the ribs. That is so juicy, you guys. It's crazy. Look at the freaking tender just came out. Don't eat all of that.
Tender.
I'd like a little bit too.
Holy shit.
This has got to be one of the juiciest chickens ever. Whoa.
Yeah. That's really good.
Where are they getting these animals from?
I don't know. I'm in though. Sign me up.
Okay, so that we'll just slice and put onto this sandwich. Let's get the other one. And then I like to save the legs usually whole if you don't need to use them because they heat up better. The darker meat is more forgiving when you go to reheat it. The wishbone, Samo. It's still together. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I win. Haha. Okay. Now I need a cutting board. The autopsy continues. Mish. I don't think we could even cut this over here. We'll go on the side. Craziest lighting ever. Samo says cheers. Move over, toaster. This is the Sunbeam toaster from 1982. Hand me down.
Ooh, honey has sausage today.
Yeah. Just a bit juicy on the chicken, guys.
Juicer.
I just always make sure that all the stringy, like weird veiny bits are out of there before we slice it. Because I don't like to pick it off after.
Do corn first?
We can. Okay, Sam says he wants to do the corn first now. Yeah, the sunbeam is in the sunbeam. Samo says let the chicken rest. I love this toaster. It even has a peek window. Okay, we'll adjust the camera out there. I'm bringing the corn out. I just need chat. Pair of tongs. Annie, you don't think it ever rains here? What day was it crazy rainy? Where like we were in the clouds, it felt like. But most of the nights end up like this. Some nights it gets like really windy, but right now it's actually perfect out. Let's adjust this. We got the crickets in the vineyard. Kind of like offset all of these cobs so they grill evenly. I was like, what? Bop, bop, bop. Samo was kicking the door. He's coming out with the MacBook so I can see what you guys are saying. Oh. We'll do like a half close on these. Go a little bit more open.
Here, the shoes on.
I gotta get shoes on.
Right there, right there. Use those.
Samo says I can use his slippies.
Shoes on.
Thanks. We'll go a little lower so you can see into the barbecue more. It's so quiet. Does anything even happen? Maybe the marmot will eat the cricket? That's a good question what the temp is here right now. Probably gonna say like 20, 22 Celsius? Let's Google it.
18.
Oh, Samo says it's 18. We're gonna have to call it the BPE? The big piss egg.
Why?
Because I told them the story.
I don't understand why. Like, what the fuck?
It's a turf war, man. He didn't come around after that, though.
I pressure washed the deck 3 times with pine salt.
Roast beef po' boy says if you're looking, you ain't cooking. Big green egg, rule number 1.
Hey, you can close it.
But I just wanted to get a bit more heat ripping because it was closed for a bit. Oh my gosh, guys. There's a hummingbird at the feeder right beside my head, and it doesn't even care. It's so happy. They already nuked almost like a quarter of it today. Oh my gosh, there was a fight of 3 when it left. That's the calliope one. Guys, it's just like sitting right here on the top of the fence. Oh, yeah.
Hi, buddy.
Hello. Yeah, we share. Oh gosh.
And there's the black throat.
And then they fight each other.
That's the black one.
He gets mad at it.
It'll have a purple under chest.
So the ones with purple are...
Black throated.
Oh, that's even another different one.
So, yeah.
We've started a turf war with all the
I
animals.
guess we need to get another feeder.
Yeah, I guess we need 2 of those feeders. I miss it too, Annie. It's like all of these things. Like we even went for a bike ride yesterday.
How's your butt?
It feels okay.
Mine's not sore at all.
Really?
I'm going for a ride tonight.
Nice. Yeah, we're both working at the vineyard. We actually get to work at 2 different wineries, which was kind of part of the plan of why we came out here.
See? Doesn't care.
So the main winery is called Burrowing Owl, and we work at the Sonora room there in the restaurant, and then we're also manning some pop-ups at Wild Goose Winery. This summer we just did a Mother's Day one this past weekend that went phenomenal, and we're trying to get that restaurant some traction so that they can open it for next season again. Do they help, or do they make you help pick the grapes in August, September? No,
Nope.
but I'm really excited for the vines kind of across from our front yard because those are all the table grapes, which are all edible, not just for making wine. That's actually working great though. Are grilling right now, guys. I think I'm gonna switch. So I kind of also watch the hot spots when we're cooking over charcoal. So that one looks like it's in a really good spot. This one had a bit less color. So we'll switch those. See if we can zoom in. Just a little bit of char happening on top. We'll go back out. Yeah, it's a pretty big operation, Annie. Like very, very large compared to when we worked at a brewery for comparison. Is we won't really see any part of that, unfortunately. Maybe if we like get to know the winemakers and stuff, but it seems like it's a pretty strict process, and they said when it comes to harvest season, they don't really have time to be teaching a lot of things because you have to harvest and press the grapes at a very specific time. Like even the time of day matters. So if you have one person that's not familiar with the process, it could really put a wrench in things accidentally, right? But I will definitely try to get involved in that as much as possible. Can you hear the hummingbird? He's so cute. Oh my god, and the starling just left its nest from above me. There, now you can get the hummingbird feeder in. The amount of animals we have here. Can you hear the baby birds? There's gotta be like 2 or 3 up there.
I'll get you. other two feeders. I think to hook down from in here, we just put it outside the front window.
Mish says, can you believe it's 4 a.m. and the sun is rising here?
Oh, man.
I can actually. Oh, nice. You're off tomorrow, so this all actually works out. Okay. Okay, getting a bit more char. Just gonna give it another, like, a half turn now.
Oh, she's off today, not tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I guess tomorrow is today. For us North Americans. Excuse me, corn. Why you keep rolling over? Stay there, I guess. You know, I haven't seen any of the regular birds, though, come to the suet feeders yet.
It looks like something took a bottom corner a bit off.
Oh, maybe. Maybe they're sneaking when we're not out here. But I'm pretty sure that they're really loving all the bugs right now, so they're gonna choose the protein source. Annie. Always with the songs. What up, Blondie? How are you doing, dude? Good to see you in here. We are almost ready to finish off our stream for the night. Just finishing up our corn for the Mexican street corn. Get that proper charcoal flavor on it. And then our chicken is just resting. Gotta slice up the chicken breast and then build our yummy sandwich. It is 6:57 p.m. here, so we're just at around the 2-hour mark. There we go. I like when you can hear the kernels pop. I'm gonna move this one. Put this one closer there. Seems like more of the fire is kind of to the back now. Push it a bit farther back. Oh, it's cooking really nice like this. I'm so excited for your guys' visit in Copenhagen. What were we watching on
Downey.
YouTube? Oh yeah, we were watching Downey live. And he took a train there on his new Express series that he's doing. And I said, I need to see all of these places. I remember when, I really got into cooking and baking, and that was all the bakeries that I would follow on Instagram were all in Copenhagen niche. I was obsessed with them. And he said, you should put a bell up by the feeder. That would be a humdinger. What?
Humdinger.
Oh my gosh. All the wings sound so different. You can like tell that it's a different species. Okay, this is almost done. We're doing the last side. We might hit 500 Annies tonight. No. Yeah, your wings sound insane. They're so small. This is my favorite. Chat, I'm so happy. We get to be outside with the birds and the bees again. Are you happy with that, Samuel?
A little more on that side, yeah.
He wants more char. Okay. That one I think's good. Screaming.
Close it for 5, it should be good.
Samuel says we'll close it for 5. Does the place with the grapes use bird bangers? No, we don't have that here. This is all a conservation area.
Yep.
The entirety of our surroundings where we live is all wildlife conservation. So yeah, those things aren't used at all. The birds have a free reign over the vineyards. I think that they have enough other stuff to eat though that they don't do too much to the vineyards. One of the things that is at our work as far as insects and stuff is there is 100 bluebird boxes throughout the vineyards at Burrowing Owl to encourage the bluebirds to come so they can eat all the bad insects like grasshoppers and stuff. So that's kind of more what is done in this area rather than those drastic measures. But that is a good question. You gotta boil eggs, Annie? Ugh. Hopefully I don't have to do that tomorrow at work. We've been having a few like sandwich functions for lunch. Having to make egg salad. Southern Ontario has bird bangers. Interesting. Nope, and then there's also enough predatory birds here, I think, that, yeah, those birds don't hang out in the vineyards. Mish egg salad, you should make it for breakfast. It was actually not bad. It's like one of my less favorite sandwiches, but I make it really yummy. I really like the Japanese version of egg sandwich where it has like the boiled egg in the middle of it that's still whole. Egg salad with leftover smoked salmon. That seems nice and protein dense. Oh my god. We're popping corn. Okay. I think we're done. That's the sound of you're done. Hello. The way they come up. It's like little drones flying around my head now. I'm not even complaining. Okay, the egg is shut down, my wonderful people. We have our tasty charred corn. Let's go inside. Right, this background seriously looks fake. It looks like a green screen. We'll let the birds be. It's just a habit. I just lock it down. I'm blinded in here right now. Are you ready for this, guys? What? Hello? Wow. Okay, let me try and close this now. Okay, we're here. I got lines now all these different features of the stream. Let's slice our chicken. It's rested. The chicken is so moist and juicy. It's almost too moist. To the point where it's like, wow. Could have like cooked it a minute more, but no, it's just that nice of chicken. Boom. So we'll get the bread in the toaster next. You guys can also pull the chicken if you wanted. And then while the bread is toasting, we'll dress the corn. Oh, and I just gotta take the bacon out of the oven. Meech and Bob. Bob, I love it. Just stop it. Oh, gaffle bitters, yeah. The egg salad is too moist. Ruh-roh. Samuel, what's happening? Why are you just staring into nothingness? What do I want here for this?
We worked with Jackie and who?
Kelsey.
Kelsey ate all those eggs before her cleanse.
Oh my god.
Ow!
Oh, because she wasn't at work today. Oh my god, what? She for sure stinks. You guys can see that? Where's my bread? This is a very action-packed stream. Start with Samo's pieces. Oh, toasters work better when you plug them in. Boom. His middle piece I did pretty skinny. You like the scrambled eggs moist? Like, everyone likes their scrambled eggs different, right? Some people like them very like soft, like Gordon Ramsay-esque. Whereas I would rather have mine more like fluffy and dry. Kind of more like, to me, that's more Japanese. I am going to only dress 2 of these cobs. And we'll save the other ones.
You got a toaster can.
I even got toaster cam, yep. We'll go with the big ones first. And now the sauce will kind of melt over it. I'm gonna do a little bit of green onion on my corn. I don't know if Sam will. Okay, he said yeah. Just roll our lime. How do I want to wedge this? Just go in half. We'll put the lime wedge on the plate, I think, because that'll look so good together. Next 2 big ones. Now we're gonna start clearing off the board so that we can build the sandwiches. I'll just move this to this side. Those are Samo's. This is his middle piece, so I'll leave that there. We're gonna shake our cilantro. Over the corn. Yum. You don't like when the steam from eggs starts to condense and make it watery, Annie? Like for scrambled eggs? Yes. Okay, now we're gonna come over. Perfect timing. Get this last bread in to finish while we start building our first layers of sandwiches. Okay, so now the sun finally went behind the mountain. We're good. We're not blinded by the light.
Holy.
It finally left us. Please. Wait, bacon strips? Whoa. Whoa. Those look insane. Okay, mayo. Did you hear that fart? That was the mayo. Guys, there's quails in the front yard. There's quails in the front yard. Get them. Okay, first steps. I'm gonna do lettuce. Mish the marmots. We're loading it up, the lettuce. All of the crunch. Nice. We got the last toasting complete. Now I think we'll do tomato. We got the lettuce barrier. Samo likes extra tomato. Next, I think I'm gonna put the bacon on top of that. Wombats? That's what I almost called them the first few times, Bob. I was like, the wombats. This bacon looks so good. It's like falling apart in my hands. It looks dark there, but it's not. I just wanted to show you. Two slices of bacon strips. I'm trying to like let some of the fat off on the tray. The other thing we didn't do is we didn't season the tomato. Ouch. That's really hot still. If this was a BLT, I would probably season the tomato, but we got some other stuff going on this. I think I'll wait and just put some seasoning on the chicken before we finish. Okay, next one I like to do the cheese on the bacon so that it can get warmed. Whoa, that piece is falling apart. So where are these other ones? Oh no. Oh no. Nice. Okay, now I think we'll do the avocado. cut the stream right now. We've come too far. Mish just has to go to bed hungry. That's a beauty avo. Hobbitses. Scooter, that was a dill cheddar. A dill cheddar from the local dairy here. I think that's good for avo. You gotta be careful adding a lot of fatty ingredients to sandwiches, because eventually the fat will just overwhelm your palate. We got bacon, cheese, and avo, and the mayo. Chicken time? And then we'll finish with seasoning and close it up. Oh yeah, how are we gonna do the other layer for Samo? I'll just top it with chicken, I guess? I have it here, Bong. I think that's too late to do, my dear. Oh, wait. Okay, so he's like, put the cheese, avo, and chicken on the top layer. I went to go lift this. Everything's stuck on it. Let's see if this is actually going to work in my favor. Because the avocado stuck to the cheese, which stuck to the bread. Haha. The stream ends now, Bob. No, I'm just kidding. We'll finish it off. Now I'm just loading up the chicken. Trying to make it not too hard to eat. See how like stuff might fall off. Press it in there. Nice, okay. Pop, pop. That looks good. Just washing up my hands. We'll get the last seasoning on. And we're there, guys. Where'd my pepper go? There it is. Your parking meter. What, honey? The slice of bread with jelly on one side taped to the top of his sneaker. What? You should remember that, yet it is. Whenever you make a sandwich, half the ingredients fall off in the first bite. You have to be really strategic when you build sandwiches, and that is one thing I learned when I worked as a sandwich maker. So now we put our top on. I don't have any of the fancy bamboo sticks, but I can cut it in half if you guys would like to see the cross section. This big toaster out of the way. What happens when you put the jelly on top of bread that's taped to the top of a sneaker? What? Does it flip over? Or it just weighs it down? I might need the skewers for Samo's. Oh wait, I do have them. Dun 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 dun. It's a YouTube short. Okay, now you can get the cross section. I didn't think these were going to be tall enough, but they are. Whoa! That's what it is. That looks so nummy. Let's see my baby one. No avo for Bonk. Then I have to ask him, what kind of Californian are you? Bonk. All the crumbs. Get them off. Okay, now we can plate the corny. And summon a Samo. Put the lime wedge right in the middle. Call it a day. I'll take a photo of that. Uh-oh. Sometimes I go to take a photo on my camera and it freezes. Choke for 1 minute. Get in there. He went extra mayo. This is a painting, Mish. I'm gonna get into the corn first. All of the lime, it accepted it. People put avocado in anything and call it California. That's pretty much what I did today. But I did look up a recipe to make sure that this was already a thing that was made. Nice, dear. Get in there. What the heck? Those flavors are so addicting. Oh my gosh. I like better than the street corn casserole. Way better. And the corn's really good. Is that a tasty cub? Hello? Hi. I got corn teeth. Thank you very much for the raid from some of my favorite people on Twitch. I literally am making a mess, but it's perfect. What are they up to today over there, guys? In Japan? I'm so jealous still. How was the stream? Samo's got his... I did a double-decker for him. He requested it on the Club Sando. She's mowing into that. I just went straight for the corn. Like, this was my first couple bites. My gosh, it's so good. The recipes are linked if you guys have never eaten this before, but Mexican street corn, holy smokes. The flavors are very much addicting, and it makes me want to just keep eating it. What did you guys get up to over there? Cleaning out the fridge. Nice. That's kind of what I do most days here, too. Still house hunting, so making sure we don't have any perishables. Nice. That's such, like, an interesting time of your life. Kind of, like, in limbo. But I hope that you guys find a place soon. Pizza Shokupan and Amanda's Onigiri. Thanks for the follows as well, guys. Okay. I didn't even bite my sandwich yet. I gotta take the little pick out. This is our easy dinner. I had today off. And Samuel was at work from 9 to 5, so he came home to this to munch on. How is it? Were you excited for this all day at work? You're like, I know what I'm having. Hi, carrot potato.
Ready all day.
Mmm. Why is simple ingredients like that just so good? Like perfectly crunchy crust, but the middle of the bread is so soft and like it's not falling apart. We spatchcocked the chicken, so I showed the chat how to cut the back out. And then open it up, and then we roasted it flat like that in the oven. It took about 40 minutes because it was really big chicken. And then we tore it apart. I got the stock pot going with like the back and then the rest of the bones that we're going to get after picking the meat off of the chicken. And then that way I'll also be able to have some bone broth in the house for either soups, or sometimes I do that in the morning. I like to drink bone broth. Sam was not sure. He really crushed that. And yeah, we had a lot of fun today on stream. We've missed doing barbecue streams because we used to live in the middle of the city where you weren't allowed to basically light a fire on an apartment balcony. Fair enough. We abide by some of the rules. Some of them. But today we got to grill the corn over charcoal. We were hanging out with the hummingbirds out there. It was just a good stream, guys. I'm a wash up. We are wrapping up as well, Ram and Amanda, so thank you very much for bringing your crew over. Because we gotta work tomorrow.
Look at this mushroom from today.
Holy shit! That was a king oyster?
Yeah.
What was that going in? Just for mushrooms on toast?
Yeah.
Big boy. It's so good. I'm obsessed with this. Elotes. So 2 good recipes linked, guys. They are also in our Discord if you are not a part of that. Let's go see who else is on. Hoppy Wednesday. Did not find that mushroom. We got it in at work. I forget who the supplier is. Is it WTF? Mm-hmm. The farm's called WTF Mushroom Farm. Sam eats rows. It's like a full straight across, 1 row at a time. Yeah, we did find it at work. Graham. Mish, love you. I hope that there was enough feta used in this stream. Have a wonderful sleep, and thank you for being here with us today. What? What is going on over here? I hear Hoover noises. It's like corn's just being like suctioned into somewhere. I'm looking for someone to go raid.
Is Steve still on?
I don't know. He's like a cookie monster, but for elote. You're not wrong. I'm glad it's like I'm trying to focus on looking for someone to raid, but in my peripherals there's that plus noises. Help! Help me! Okay, we're gonna go see Bentorius. He's trying out some beers. Very chill stream as well. Good vibes. Mishmish 8. I love Mishmish. Is that a cat stream?
Excuse me.
Clean Cob Club instead of Clean Plate Club. It's cooking. Okay. It's a fun kitchen. I'm glad, Fracta. Mishmish 8. Thanks to Barbarino's suggestion. Right? Don't make me smile. That's why I said the first thing. I got corny teeth. In a blowhole? What goes on over there? We gotta find out. Okay. Not sure if you guys all saw my message on Discord yesterday, but I'm not gonna have a set schedule for streams for probably like the next month, I'm gonna say, while we adjust to just like working full-time 40 hours a week. Lots of different functions and shit going on right now that we're just kind of learning, figuring out. It's wild. So I'll let you guys know on Discord when we do go live. It'll probably be the day of or maybe the day before, but I'd rather go with like how I'm feeling after work rather than always just trying to push myself to do something. That's not conducive to a happy life, and I don't like feeling guilty when I can't show up for you guys. So I'll say we'll see you next week. I don't know what day yet, but Sam was off Monday. We're both off together on Tuesday, and then I'm off by myself on Wednesdays. That's what we got now. I'll let you guys know in Discord what next week is going to be. And yeah, tourist season is just getting super busy. But thank you guys so much for always hanging out with us, even if it's on a Wednesday night. Love y'all. Be safe out there, and you know where to find us if you need anything at all. Discord's definitely the best place. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and thank you, Graham, for the raid as well as Hippie.
Bye.
Bye.